Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. I'm going to be talking about some cheap tribal commanders that embarrass expensive decks. And of course, if you're interested in any of the cards on this episode, check out that card list link in the description below. Now with all that said, let's jump into it. First up, High Perfect Morcant most definitely embarrasses opponents for a budget, for a fraction of the cost of their decks. An amazing elf commander that can go in a lot of different directions, but one that is, well, especially spicy. A 4/4 elf noble for 4 mana in Golgari. Whenever another elf you control enters, each opponent blights 1, so they get a -1 counter on a creature they control. Oh, by the way, though, by tapping 3 untapped elves you control, you proliferate only at sorcery speed. Here's the thing, there are an insane amount of support cards in elves. I mean, with everything from, Elvish Archdruid, which is amazing, 2/2 that pumps our other elves +1/+1. It can tap for a green for each elf we control. Priest Titania, also another one that can tap for an insane amount. There's a lot of elves that can give you a lot of mana to elf ball out of control absolutely super quickly, and also make a bunch of elf tokens so you can proliferate a ton. And with that, yeah, sure, you can go like +1 counters and get big elves. Or you can just go, hey, Infectious Inquiry, very cheap Infect. Sorcery for 3 mana. You draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter. I should say poison, not Infect. But still, being able to get poison counters on your opponents are super easy. And again, they basically can't stop this unless they can counter it. Once you get that first one, they are gone. You set them up to essentially just go, okay, proliferate again and again and again. And of course, you got Vitalize type cards that can untap your entire elf army, do it again, get even more mana. You see where this is going. Elf ball, basically infect tribal. You can dominate your opponents in absolutely no time with this very cheap, budget-friendly elf commander. Next up, an underlooked tribe with humans, Kyler, Sigardian, Emissary. My gosh, the amount of support that you have for this is insane, and it is so budget-friendly. 2/2 human cleric for 5 mana in Selesnya. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under you control, you get a counter on Kyler. And then also, hey, other humans you control get +1 for each counter on it. My goodness. Essentially, basically, your humans grow this, and this grows your humans. Your humans can be the most massive army of all time. And here's the thing about humans, you have a massive amount of support. First of all, Torrens is a great commander itself for humans, but also an amazing one in the 99. And that's kind of the thing about this kind of a human tribal build. There's an insane amount of human commanders already out there that then can just become amazing support in the 99 for a Kyler deck. A 2/2 human cleric with training. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get a 1/1 human. So you grow your team. That human also has training too, which is quite nice. But yeah, you grow your team just by playing creatures. Catilda, another amazing human. 1/1 human warlock. Protection werewolves. Nice. Human creatures you control have tap at 1 mana of this creature's colors. And also you can pay 4 and, 2 Selesnya colors and tap and get a counter each creature you control. So you can grow your army through that. But yeah, the most important thing is basically Cryptolith Right for all of your creatures, being able to just go, oh yeah, all my humans can now just tap for an insane amount of mana. Again, the amount of support you have for this commander and the amount of very budget-friendly, cheap support that you have is crazy good. And this commander, again, can be the biggest threat on the board while also making your other humans the biggest threats as well. It is such a solid commander. Check it out, pick it up, and build around it on the cheap to embarrass your opponent's expensive decks. Let's go in a different direction with this one, with Iname Death Aspect. Yeah, maybe you've never even heard of this commander because it's not often played, but it is super underrated, super budget-friendly, and can absolutely dominate each and every time. A 4/4 spirit for 6 mana in black. When it comes into play, when it enters the battlefield, search life for any number of spirit cards within your graveyard. If you do, shuffle your library. Basically a massive Entomb tutor, essentially. Go tutor up every single spirit you have, chuck them into your graveyard, and you might be sleeping on spirits in mono black because there's a lot of great ones. Junji the Midnight Sky, a spirit, a 5/5 dragon spirit flying and menace for just 43 cents. When it dies, you choose 1, each opponent discards 2 cards, loses 2 life, or you get a non-dragon creature card from your graveyard on the battlefield. Under your control, you lose 2 life. It is such a solid card, and again, there's a lot of other great spirits out there too. But now you can get all of them back with something like a Twilight's Call, sorcery for 6 mana, but if you want to cast it at instant speed, 2 extra mana. Each player brings back all creature cards from the grave of the battlefield. Here's the thing. Maybe they've got a creature or 2, but you've got your entire spirit army from your entire library now directly into play with this. Yeah, again, you can do a lot of really spicy things with this one. Again, spirits is a super underrated tribe and one that can absolutely dominate with the right build around this one on a budget. Gargos, Vicious, Watcher. My goodness, budget Hydras are so much fun. An 8/7 Hydra Vigilance for just 6 mana, but that's not all. Hydra spells you cast cost 4 to cast. Oh, and by the way, creature control becomes the target of a spell. Gargos fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So basically, here's what we're going to be doing. All the Hydra things. Again, we already have a massively heavy-hitting commander. Again, an 8/7 Vigilant for just 6 mana, but also gives us a huge discount on our Hydras, helping us get them out super quickly. Oh, and any kind of a spell that targets, whether it's our opponents or our own, well, we can all of a sudden go, oh yeah, hey, yeah, you targeted one of my Hydras? All right, I'm fighting you, taking you out. Removal as well. Hydra Omnivore, again, usually 6 mana for an 8/8, which is already a massive steal. Oh, and by the way, hey, deals combo damage to an opponent. It deals that much damage to each other opponent. That's insane. Basically, hit all 3 for the price of 1. And for the price of just 2 mana, again, thanks to your commander, 2 mana for an 8/8 that hits all opponents. That's basically like 24 damage for 2 mana. Tyvar Stand, an amazing card as well. Instant for X and a green. Target control gets +X/+X, gains Hexproof Indestructible out of turn. Yeah, protect any of your things. Pump it if you need to as well. But yeah, when you do, again, Gargos is going to fight something. So also those protection spells now also become removal spells at the exact same time. Such an amazing commander, such a solid commander, and again, one that on the smallest of budgets can absolutely dominate your opponent's expensive decks with Hydras. An oldie but a goodie, Horde of Notions, a 5/5 elemental in Wooburg, the best color combination in my opinion. Vigilance, Trample, and Haste for Wooburg. You may play target elemental card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So yeah, you basically just keep bringing things back out of your graveyard again and again and again. And elementals have been getting more and more support lately, an absolute, well, amazing amount of support. And here's some things, that maybe they can take advantage of, because there's a lot of elementals that have, ETBs, that have triggers essentially, and Twin Flame Travelers is an elemental sorcerer for, well, 4 mana. It's a 3/3. It's got flying. If a trigger ability of another elemental you control triggers this whole time. Doubling up all those triggers is massive and amazing. Oh, and by the way, hey, you got access to some amazing tutors as well. Some Entomb type effects. Obviously, you're in Wooburg. All the colors, basically. All the best budget cards you can utilize. Source for 3 mana, Buried Alive. Search live to 3 creature cards from your graveyard, then shuffle. Set yourself up to get those elementals out of your graveyard that you need, that you want, that you can set yourself up for victory. Again, an amazing commander that gives you access to all the elementals, and one that, again, well, can just keep bringing them back again and again and again. Absolutely a powerhouse. General Tazri is an insane ally commander that is an amazing commander that, well, can set yourself up for victory very easily. 3/4 human ally for 5 mana in white, but it is a Wooburg commander. Again, the best color combination. When it enters the battlefield, to be searched life for an ally creature card, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. By paying Wooburg, ally creatures you control get +X/+X to life turn, where X is the number of colors among those creatures. So sure, you can pump your army, which is amazing and great. You can get up to +5/+5, which is huge. But the most important thing is literally that this ETBs, again, no cast trigger requirement, and you can go tutor up any ally out of your deck. So again, if you've got ways like, a Conjurer's Closet to keep blinking this, or just regular blink effects, you can keep tutoring again and again and again. And of course, more recently, we've got some other allies that are crazy good with this. Katara, the fearless 3/3 human warrior ally for 3 mana and Bant. The triggered ability of an ally you control triggers additional time. I mean, doubling up on your commander's ETB, first of all, is a crazy thing. Just getting 2 tutors that are the price of 1. That's awesome. But of course, all your other allies that have triggers, and there's a lot of them, get a lot of great things out of them. And of course, there's a lot of other ally support too from the past even. Sorcerer for 5 mana, March from the Tomb. Turn any number of target ally creature cards to convert mana cost 8 or less, you're back to the battlefield. A great mass reanimation effect that can just go, oh yeah, get all those allies back, all those ETBs back, and utilize them to best effect. General Tazri is an amazing commander for an amazing tribe that is incredibly budget-friendly and very overlooked. Check out allies, check out General Tazri right now. Next up, speaking of underrated and overlooked, Clerics, Orah, Skyclave, Hierophant. My goodness, a powerhouse. A 3/3 core cleric with lifelink for 4 mana or Resolve for just 46 cents. And here's the thing. Hey, whenever it or the cleric you control dies, return a cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard back to the battlefield. I mean, again, if you had this on like dragons, or if you had this on like, oh, I don't even know, elves, zombies, one of the most popular tribes out there, you'd be like, oh wow, that thing is busted. But because it's on clerics, people overlook it. There's a lot of amazing clerics out there, and actually some combos that go well with this too. That being said, you don't have to combo for it to be amazing, but yeah, reanimate things just out of your graveyard. Yeah, you can set yourself up for success with things like Doom Necromancer, 2/2 Human Cleric Mercenary for 3 mana in black, pay a black, tap, sacrifice it, bring back creature card from your graveyard back to the battlefield. So, again, a free sacrifice outlet, which there's a lot of clerics that can sacrifice things essentially, but being able to go, oh hey, okay, start at my highest converted mana cost cleric, sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Again, utilize some Riskrat style benefits from that. And then also, oh yeah, restart that by sacrificing my Doom Necromancer to get that loop going again. Such an amazing setup. And of course, speaking of setting up, Edgewalker, an amazing card. One that taps into something that very few cards in Magic do. A 2/2 cleric for 3 mana. In Orzhov, cleric spells you cast cost, well, Orzhov colors last to cast. Only reduces the amount of colored mana you pay. Yeah, reducing colored pips is like not a thing for Magic for the most part. There are very few cards that do it, and in Cleric Tribal, you have access to it. So you can play things either for cheaper, much cheaper, or free. Yeah, this is a crazy good, crazy powerful commander for a crazy underrated tribe. One that it can be built on the smallest of budgets, and one that can absolutely embarrass your opponent's expensive decks. You know what else can embarrass your opponents? Birds. That's right, birds. It's a very scary movie from back in the day. Don't watch it unless you don't want to be scared of, birds of all time, or be scared of them. Anyways, a 2/4 Elder Wizard for 4 mana in blue. Hermes, Overseer of Elpis. Hey, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make a 1/1 blue bird creature with flying and vigilance. By the way, whenever you attack with one or more birds, scry 2. I mean, this is basically like Talran, but with like a twist to it. Again, Talran makes drakes, which are less supported than birds. This one gives you access to, well, birds that now have vigilance too. Your creature tokens have vigilance, meaning that you can keep them back on defense as well, which is amazing. So you can be aggressive and also protective at the same time. Oh, and by the way, you also get to scry too. So you get to set up your draws and really help with, card selection. So of course, you can utilize things like Favorable Winds, which also, again, makes you a bird when you play it. Enchantment for 2 mana, creature control of flying at ++1. A lot of great anthems that you can utilize essentially for this. And of course, cards like Curiosity Crafter, a bird itself, a 3/3 flying bird wizard for 4 mana in blue. No max hand size, whatever creature token you control deals combat to each player, draw a card. So yeah, you can draw an insane amount of cards with something like Hermes. Again, you are making an evasive tribe again with birds. Basically, all of them have flying. You're able to essentially get through on your opponents very easily. And again, get through with a massive army that you can just keep building and building and building and building and growing and growing and growing and dominating with the tiny, cute little birds that, again, are incredibly deadly. Again, don't watch the movie Birds unless you really, really want to be scared. Anyways, birds. Moving on, Merfolk is one of the most supported tribes in Magic's history. And, well, yeah, you can utilize Emperor Mihail II to great effect. Again, a very cheap build, a very budget-friendly build that can absolutely dominate your opponents. A 3/3 Merfolk Noble for 3 mana in blue. Look at the top card of your library at any time. Cast Merfolk spells to the top of your library. Whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you can pay 1. If you do, you make a 1/1 Merfolk. So this is one that can help us out in a lot of different ways. Number one, giving us access to the top of our library is huge. We can play Merfolk off the top, which is massive. It's kind of like having a secondary hand, while also utilizing some either mill effects or exile effects off the top, scry effects basically. Some ways to know what's on top. We already know what's on top. We can get rid of the cards we don't want. Again, we have something on top we don't want. Get rid of it. Utilize something else essentially. And of course, while we are casting our Merfolk, which a lot of them are low to the ground essentially, well, now we can just pay 1 extra mana to make another Merfolk, which actually helps us again go wide very quickly. So of course, cards like Masterful Trine are amazing with this. A 2/2 Merfolk for just 2 mana, 34 cents for this gem. Other Merfolk creatures should get +1 and have Island Walk. So again, you're making an evasive army that can get through on anyone that has an island that also pumps them too. I mean, Miro Regery, again, a lot of great anthems when it comes to Merfolk. A 2/2 Merfolk Soldier for 3 mana, Merfolk creatures ++1. Oh, and by the way, cast a Merfolk spell, tap or untap target permanent. So tap down your opponent's permanents when it comes to blocking, essentially. You can get through. Or, of course, just untap your land, untap your mana rock, whatever. Get extra mana, essentially, when you're doing so to help pay for those extra Merfolk that you are making as well. An amazing commander that, again, helps with basically card advantage. Knowing what's on top, that knowledge can be massive. And, of course, building your army. So a great option for a budget-friendly Merfolk build that can absolutely embarrass your opponents. Okay, I know this one's not a hidden one. Players obviously know about Krenko. It's one of the most popular commanders of all time, but it is for a reason. It is because it is super powerful and can be built on the smallest of budgets, but there are some hidden things about this one that players might not realize. A 3/3 Goblin Warrior for 4 mana in red. Tap, basically double up your goblin army. Make X 1/1 goblins, or X the number of goblins you control. So you just tap goblins, tap more goblins, tap even more goblins. Here's the thing. Yes, you can flood the deck with an amazing amount of great goblins. Skirk Prospector is an amazing great budget one. 1/1 goblin, sacrifice a goblin, add a red mana. A crazy good goblin, give you more mana than you could ever utilize essentially with all those goblins that you are making. And yeah, there's a lot of really expensive goblins out there for a goblin tribal build, but you don't need them. Focus on those budget-friendly goblins like this one that can add a lot of value, and also focus on threaten effects, which are super cheap because, well, in Commander, typically a single target threaten is, yes, good, but underutilized essentially unless it's utilizing a certain strategy like this one. Threaten for 3 mana, sorcery, untap target creature gaining control until turn, the creature gains haste until turn. There's other variations of this that actually give you extra benefits, even just at 3 mana, yes, or even cheaper than that potentially. Here's the thing. You just care about untapping. Here's the thing. Yeah, you can utilize it again to steal your opponent's creatures, and that can be effective if they have like an It That Betrays or something like that, something massive where you're like, steal it, swing, yeah, okay, cool. But with Krenko, it's just a 3 mana, and it's well worth the 3 mana, untap Krenko. That is what you want to do. So all those threaten effects that don't specify an opponent's creature allow you to untap your commander to do it again and again and again. So just instead of doubling up your army in a turn, you're quadrupling it. You can go very easily from 5 to 10 to 20 in the exact same turn, instead of it taking you multiple turns to do so. You can even go from 5 to 10 to 20 to 40 on a turn just by threatening twice. You can utilize some amazing cards with this one that are so budget friendly. You can flood the board in absolutely no time and decimate your opponents with the most budget friendly of builds. Check it out, pick it up, build around it, and embarrass your opponent's expensive decks. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.